Millions of ARMYs cry. BTS's Jungkook finally announces last meeting with Jimin. Is this real? Pause for a moment. Evaluate your sources. Ask deeper questions before believing. And most importantly, separate feelings from facts. Point one short sentence, but enough to shake the K-pop world. This will be the last time we're together like this. These words came from a personal post by Jungkook, BTS's main vocalist, and within minutes, Jungkook, Jimin, and last meeting dominated global trending topics in over 40 countries. Questions echoed in every corner of fan forums. What really happened? Is this the end of their journey together as brothers in BTS? Amid the long silence following BTS members' enlistment in the military, an emotional voice from Jungkook appeared like a storm in a quiet night. He gave no details about time or place, but his words were crystal clear. I will meet Jimin for the last time before everything changes. This sentence was posted on a private community platform and instantly triggered massive speculation among ARMY, the term for BTS fans, about the true meaning behind the message. Many wondered why the meeting was described as the last. Is this a form of permanent farewell? Considering how close Jungkook and Jimin have been over the past decade, the message felt like an emotional bomb dropped out of nowhere. Jungkook and Jimin are not just co-workers. They are best friends, brothers, and for many, a symbol of true friendship in a harsh entertainment world. As two of the youngest BTS members, Jungkook and Jimin have been through a long journey together. They share not just the stage, but also difficult trainee days, failures, media pressure, and silent tears behind the scenes. So when this news emerged, millions of ARMYs didn't just feel worried. They felt a profound sense of loss. This issue cannot be separated from the context of military service, now dividing BTS members. Jimin, who began his enlistment earlier, was placed in a different location than Jungkook. In South Korea, military rules are strict, including regarding meetings between personnel from different units. So if a meeting truly occurs, it could be a very rare or even last moment before their service ends. In an interview before enlisting, Jungkook once said, "Jimin Hyun has always been my home. When I doubt myself, he's the only one who always knows what to say." This statement, once seen as a simple expression of affection between friends, now sounds much deeper and more poignant. Then came the question that shook the fanbase. Is this just a personal meeting? Or is there a major decision behind it? Many believe it could be a sign that they may no longer be active as a duo after leaving the military. Some speculate that this meeting will be a symbolic closure before both focus on solo careers or even lives beyond the entertainment industry. Interestingly, Jimin has not made any official statement or clarification. However, sometime after Jungkook's post went viral, an unusual message appeared on BTS's fan community account. If this really is the last time, then I want you to know, I'm so proud of you. No name, no photo. Just a simple text with a deeply personal tone. But for ARMYs familiar with Jimin's writing style, it was enough to conclude this was a direct response to Jungkook. This isn't the first time their emotional closeness has drawn attention. But this time is different. It's not about jokes on variety shows or hugs at award ceremonies. This is about a sentence that might mark the end of a chapter in the long book called BTS. ARMY is now torn between hope and anxiety. Some remain optimistic that this is just a pause, that they'll reunite after their military service ends. But others are beginning to accept the possibility that relationship dynamics, even in a group as strong as BTS, can change with time and life experiences. Does this last meeting refer to their active time as BTS members? Or just the end of a phase in their friendship? Jungkook and Jimin are known as two of the most emotional figures in BTS. On many occasions, they've shown their vulnerable sides on camera, unashamed to cry or express fear. But this time, there were no visible tears. Only silent words that shattered the stillness of the online world, and that's even more painful. Some also link this statement to the possibility of a final collaboration project before a long hiatus. Some theories even suggest there will be a special farewell song, written and sung by the two of them as a tribute to their shared journeys so far. However, as of now, the agency has not released an official clarification. ARMY continues to wait, monitoring every post, every small clue that might reveal the truth behind this shocking statement. Thousands of reaction videos flood YouTube, tens of thousands of comments flood Twitter and Instagram, and in every sentence written by fans, one thing becomes clear. Jungkook and Jimin are not just idols, they are emotions living in millions of hearts. Now, what remains is time. Will they truly meet? Is this just Jungkook's way of expressing longing for his friend? Or will this really become the final meeting recorded in BTS's history? If this meeting truly happens, and if it truly is the last, then it will be a moment that not only shakes the entertainment industry, but also records an emotional chapter in global fandom history. Because in the end, BTS is not just about music. They are about relationships, about togetherness, and about the courage to be honest, even in the quietest moments. Yet amid the global wave of emotion and excitement, now is the time for us to pause.
Take a deep breath.
Calm ourselves from the frenzy of speculation flooding every social media timeline. And more importantly, ask a crucial fundamental question. Is this really real? Or are we all caught in a carefully crafted narrative designed to create massive emotional impact in the public eye? As we know, the initial information about the last meeting between Jungkook and Jimin did not come from any official statement by HYB, nor from direct statements by the two artists via video or press conference. This information was based on fragments of social media posts, some of which have been deleted or were only available as 24-hour stories, as well as various interpretations from the fan community. The question now is, can we really build such deep emotional conclusions from just these fragments? Of course, the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin has become an iconic symbol in BTS's dynamics. Many feel deeply connected to the emotional intimacy they display. But when faced with a narrative saying, last meeting, it is only natural to ask, what is the actual context? What are the factual grounds? Who is the source of this information? And more importantly, what is the purpose of spreading it? In a digital world full of viral algorithms, emotional content like this does have great power to spread massively, especially when it touches on themes of personal closeness, military sacrifice, and potential farewells, three things that psychologically stir empathy and collective sadness. But are our emotions being played? Have we become part of a media sensationalism machine that sells tears for clicks and exposure? We want to invite you, intelligent and empathetic readers, to not just be consumers of information, but also critical observers. Let's reflect on a few things. If this last meeting truly happened, why is there no visual documentation such as photos, videos, or reports from credible media? Why is HYB, known for strict control over their artists' public communications, provided no clarification or denial? Did this narrative come from a trusted source? Or is it simply the free interpretation of social media users on platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, which tend to be biased and assumption-heavy? These questions are not meant to dismiss the possibility of an emotional moment between Jungkook and Jimin.
No.
Quite the opposite. This is an invitation to preserve the integrity of information in an era where emotional hoaxes disguise themselves as personal news. We are not blind to the fact that many armies truly felt touched, even brought to tears, reading those symbolic messages. But let's ask ourselves, are we crying because we know the truth, or because we imagine what might have happened? In media analysis, there's a term called emotional trigger narrative, which refers to a story crafted to evoke strong emotional responses, even if not based on verifiable truth. So the next question is, who benefits if this news goes viral? Is it only the fan community sharing mutual feelings? Or are there other parties, including alternative media channels, influencers, or even indirect promotional systems, taking advantage of this emotional wave to boost engagement and digital presence? On the other hand, If it turns out this is all just a speculative narrative built from fragments of sentences, upload times, and fan speculation, then we must dare to call this a form of pseudo-truth, an emotional hoax built on a foundation of sincere love, but directed without control by the flow of free information. We, the authors of this article, gathered information from various sources: TikTok, Twitter, YouTube channels, fan forums, and other alternative media. But we humbly acknowledge that the truth of each piece of information still needs further verification. That is why, rather than concluding, we choose to invite you all to reflect. Because in a world where emotions can be sold, skepticism is the highest form of love for the truth. Thank you for reading, and don't stop thinking.